today is Todd Xavier.
Tin Can Alley, where home runs go to die. Unless you have an aluminum power bat, which by all means, go for it. We're seeing Game 2 already in action of the front yard semifinals between the Devil Rays and the Orioles. That's Freakshow 55 and Killerbat, respectively. This is Alex M456 along with DLW2711. We're here to bring you all of the action today. As we know, the Devil Rays lead the series 1-0. This is Game 2, best 2 out of 3. Leading off right now is Jane Davis for the Orioles, Todd Xavier pitching for the Devil Rays.
Well, Alex, it's great to be here at Tin Can Alley. Killerbat, manager of the Orioles, has mentioned previously that he hasn't played at Tin Can Alley in 20 years. So
this should be interesting. Hopefully he'll have a little bit of a refresher. There's a pop fly by Jane Davis. Isabel Morelli going under it. Who's going to catch it? It's going to be Isabel. It'll be out number 1.
Let us know in the Twitch chat. Let us know in the Twitch chat if you can hear us.
Yeah, please. Please do. I'm looking at the Twitch chat right now. I don't see the video. So you're just getting a radio broadcast right now. Xavier going for the slow ball.
I was trying to... Sorry, I was trying to edit something, and apparently that did not work.
It's all good. We got video now. We're all good.
I'm trying to update the black box or whatever.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh. Okay. All right.
It's definitely not Hines and Loba again. Loba, of course, took the victory over the number 1 Hines to get his spot into the backyard finals as Vic Souffle catches a fly ball from Pablo Sanchez. That's 2 outs. Here's Cheryl Reynolds. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Good placement of that heater, that lower inside corner we all know and love. That's a high ball 2. Ball 1, excuse me. Looking to fool him with that high right hook. Fouled back. 1-2. Reynolds, of course, the hero of the last game. Not really the hero, but almost came close to being the hero of the last game. In the bottom of the 6th, got that home run for Killerbat and the Orioles. Put them within 1 of the Devil Rays, but it wasn't enough as the Devil Rays were able to make it out. As she strikes out looking at the top half, that'll end the top half of the first inning. Here come the Devil Rays. It'll be Keisha Phillips, Marcellus Marks, and Isabel Morelli up for these Devil Rays. Bobby Bullgreen is pitching now for the Orioles as Frank Thomas is moving over to first base. An interesting defensive change. As we all know, Jane Davis had a couple of drops in that last game. It was a very unfortunate defensive game for her. So good move by Killerbat moving Frank Thomas to first base.
Frank Thomas was a great pitcher during the season, but Bobby Bullgreen in limited action, 0 ERA.
He's not giving up a run just yet. We'll see if he continues that streak. Yeah, if Thomas had the 2nd most strikeouts out of anyone in the front yard league. So, like, seeing him at first base is an interesting change, but we'll see how Bobby does. He's got a good left and right hook. That's a high fly ball by Keisha Phillips. Is that going to drop or is it going to be caught? It will be caught by Cindy Chain out there in left field. Out number 1. Here comes Marcellus Marks.
Again, please let us know in the Twitch chat. Our audio sounds good.
That is strike 1 to Marcellus Marks. Here comes the next pitch. Ball 1. A little too low. Marks sends this one high. Up against the back of the Mo aluminum truck. That'll be a base hit. Marks will think about second, but hold off at first. That'll be a single for Marcellus Marks, who had 20 in the regular season. Comes Isabel Morelli. looks at strike one.
1 out. Here's the motion, the pitch.
Bulgreen
Ball
throws one a little too inside. Ball one. Bulgreen has a decent slow ball as well. As you can see, Killerbat is really trying to home that one in there. But 2 straight slow balls have missed for strikes. Missed for balls. And there's a 3rd straight ball. Trying to rely on that left hook. 3-1 now to Isabel Morelli. Rounded over to the left. Chang, the second for the out. The first, that'll be a double play. A good double play there by Killerbat. That'll give him a power-up he's gonna need as he is down. No games to 1 in this series. And so here come the Orioles up to bat with Gary Allen.
I was worried when Pablo Sanchez ran away from that ball, but he was able to get to second to field the throw in and fire it to first. Turned out to be a good defensive move. Tin Can Alley, the ball bounces everywhere. Got to be ready for those double plays, even on a ball to the outfield.
Absolutely. Good move putting Cindy Chain out there. Even though her arm is a 52, it was quick enough to get. She was quick enough to field that to get to second in time. Gary Allen. That's a shot that's fouled off. 1-2. Allen has a good bat. 64 contact, 89 powers. This one's grounded down the line for a base hit. Phillips is gonna dive for it. And Gary Allen is in first with a lead-off single. Comes Bobby Bulgreen.
Bulgreen started this game on the mound. Not the usual starter, only limited action during the season.
Bulgreen shoots this one. That would be a home run anywhere else, but here in Tin Can Alley, that's gonna up against the building. And Gary Allen, who is not the fastest, will barely make it into second in time for Frank Thomas to come up to the plate. Thomas got fantastic stamina, a good swing, not the best on contact, but we'll see about that. Frank Thomas had 9 hits the entirety of the regular season. 2 of them were home runs.
Yeah, Frank Thomas definitely a power hitter. See what he could do with 1 runner on.
That can't be a strike. I'd have swung at it.
1-2.
Runners at first and second now. The 1-2 pitch to Thomas. That is ball 2.
Oh, good eye from the big hurt there.
Target goes up. 2-2 pitch.
Ball 3. Xavier's got to put this one in the strike zone. Otherwise, he's going to have a run in. Shot into left. This one's going to go off the wall again. I think it won't be enough for... Oh! Vic Souffle drops it. And the bases are loaded with nobody out. So Freakshow already getting a little freaked out for Serena DeMonte coming up to the plate.
No outs. DeMonte looking to drive him in.
DeMonte's not the strongest hitter, but if I can look at her stats, yeah, she only had 3 hits the entirety of the regular season. But there are nobody out. Oh, ground ball straight to the pitcher. This will also be a double play. This might even be a triple play. Are you kidding me? What a play by Freakshow. Way to move down. You notice when he saw Serena DeMonte, he moved his entire field down. And that had to have contributed to that play nonetheless. And so, thanks to a triple play, give me a second. Who is that? Isabel Morelli comes back to the plate.
Nobody
That is strike one to Morelli, who is 0 for 1 today, but gets to bat again because this game is broken like that.
Oh, don't you love it?
Oh man, 20-year-old software, fantastic. The 0-2 pitch to Morelli is going to be high and outside, ball 1.
Here's the motion, the pitch. That's all.
That's strike 3. Oh boy. They're going to have some words with Clanky about that one.
Should have some words with Clanky about why Morelli had to come up again.
That's a good point. Here comes Faye Dawson. Faye Dawson does have a good bat. She had 18 hits in the regular season, 3 of them dingers, 12 of them RBIs. Well, I mean, not 12 of the hits RBIs. She has driven in 12 runs. Scored 9 herself.
Yeah, 563 average, one of the better hitters in the league.
Actually, 5th. Actually, 4th, excuse me, in the entire league. 1-2 pitch now. 1-2 count to Faye Dawson. The pitch from Bull Green. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is Bull Green's second strikeout of the game. Here comes now Perry Marks, the second baseman. Another good bat here. Not necessarily the best on contact, but that was enough to get Perry 17 hits in the regular season. He himself has a 531 average.
Yeah,
That is
4
eighth
players
best
on
in the
these
league.
4 players on this Devil Rays team hit it over 500 this season. Devil Rays with a team average of 422.
That is incredible.
Big Frank Thomas on the hill.
Ah, here comes the big hurt.
Oh boy. They're ready for Thomas. And Thomas was a fantastic pitcher in the regular season. He also did pretty well in the first game. I don't remember the exact number of, if I can just look up real quick how many strikeouts he had in the first game. He had 8 of them. Low ball 3. Thomas now. The 3-1 pitch. Fouled back. 3-2. Here is the payoff pitch. Swung on and shot. That one is going to be off the wall. Marks is a little quick. He's going to stay on first with a single. Here, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Here comes everyone's favorite guy. It's Ricky Johnson.
Oh, what a smile on Ricky Johnson.
He's just happy to be there.
We're happy to have him.
Absolutely.
Now, with Chang's arm, I think it was a good decision to stay at first.
An unfortunate little whoop.
Oh! I think
See
he's
that?
safe.
He is safe on first. And look who dropped it. It's Jane Davis again. Ugh, you hate to see it.
Yeah, Frank Thomas started the game at first base. Now on the mound. Wonder if he would have had it if he was still at first base.
You might be... Killerbat might be pitching for the juice to get Bobby back on the mound. They're running for it. Oh, Ricky might get caught up. And he surrenders. And that will be 3 outs. So, at the end of 2, we are scoreless, but some runners left on as well. This is not going to be a defensive-heavy game. Here's Ruth Proud. Routh, she can hit the ball. Can she hit it far? No. But she can hit the ball.
She can make contact. There it is.
There's the contact we were talking about. Ricky Johnson running over there. Gets the catch. Out number 1. Shane, however, cannot hit the ball. Shane had 3 hits, all of them singles. only 3 total bases in the regular season.
Low ball pitch, and the count is 2-0.
Looks like the infield is in against Chang, as they were against Prout.
That'll be strike 1.
2-1. He comes center, the 2-1 pitch. A bouncing
As
ball.
dribbled over to the catcher, Isabel Morelli. Throw to first, out number 2. Here comes Jane Davis, the leadoff batter. Davis was an acquisition halfway through the season for Freakshow. Not Freakshow, Killerbat. You got Davis and Reynolds in exchange for both Kahn brothers, I believe. It was a kind of a risky move because both Kahn brothers equals, first off, a buffed Amir, and second off, you get both Kahn brothers, Dadoy. You could say that Killerbat won that entire draft. And somehow he was able to keep his team on a high level with that trade, as Reynolds and Davis have been performing very well. Ricky drops that one, but it's right next to first base. Should be easy to walk over there. Out number 3. Bottom half of inning number 3. Still nothing.
Trent Sizemore.
Is Trent Sizemore. Sizemore's a shortstop, and he absolutely should be. He's got an arm strength of 95.
Here's the pitch.
Fouled back.
It's fouled back. He comes center, and the throw. A swing.
Rounded over.
Ball.
Thomas over to Davis. Caught. Route number 1.
And he's out. Todd Xavier comes to the plate. Target goes up, cuts to the plate.
High and inside. Swinging a miss. Strike 1.
Strike 1.
Good use
Yeah.
of that slow ball.
Xavier is the pitcher for the Rays, but also decent at the plate, 308 hitter this season.
A bouncing ball.
Davis is running towards that ball. Thought she could get it. But Todd Xavier's in there at first base with a 1-out single.
Jane Davis very aggressive going to that ball. Nobody covering first. Xavier makes it in easily.
Here's the pitch from Frank Thomas to Vic Souffle. Strike 1.
Runner on first, 1 out.
Souffle
He winds
got a good batter's eye. You can see that circle really isn't that big.
going away.
Souffle unfortunately only had 5 hits. All of them were singles.
Takes the stretch, cuts to the plate.
That's strike 2.
1 and 2. Here's the motion. Throw it.
Looks at strike 3. That's a for Thomas. Vic Souffle will angrily run back to the dugout, or other side of the fence, as we are here
Keisha Phillips.
at Tin Can Alley. Phillips now.
Keisha. The windup and the throw.
Phillips had the inside the park homer
Strike
in the
1.
last game.
And the count is 0 and 1.
Keisha Phillips only 4 RBI this season. It's a little misleading as she leads off for this team.
And the count is 0 and 2.
But 2 home runs, 513 average. Very good hitter to lead off for Devil Rays.
She was, even though she was, oh, she fell for that outside right hook. That's gotta hurt. That's 2 strikeouts now for Frank Thomas as we go to the top of the 4th.
One on first.
But look who's coming up for the Orioles, Mr. Pablo
Pablo
Sanchez.
Sanchez steps in.
Arguably, if not the MVP for the Front Yard League, definitely the Silver Slugger, as he hit 10 home runs, 20 hits in general,
From the windup and
17 RBIs, and a 625. I believe that's a whole league-leading average. Wait, nope. Jose Canseco, Chico Papas, 3rd in batting average, but he definitely has the most home runs with 10.
fires. Strike.
That's 1 and 1.
Great season for the secret weapon.
He's set. He throws it. Swinging. And popped up.
Popped up, Morelli.
Jumps. Got
Gets it.
That's an out. Cheryl
1 out for Cheryl Reynolds. Xavier looks, fires. Swing and a foul. Might have been too high to have been a good contact.
Into the motion and the offering. That was ball one.
Ball one. Xavier really relying on that high right hook.
Takes the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Ball two.
Low heater.
Into the windup. He throws it.
Xavier thinks about the slow ball, but instead sends the heat.
2-2.
Reynolds fouls it off.
Here's the motion. He throws it. Down he goes.
Looks at strike three. Sheldon Reynolds down on strikes. That's Todd Xavier's second of the game,
Gary Allen steps
I
up.
believe. Yes. Now up is Gary Allen, who singled his first time up.
He winds.
Both strikeouts were Cheryl Reynolds.
Strike. And the count is 0-1.
Oh yeah, she struck out the first time up. Yeah.
Here's the windup. The delivery. And
Pop up. Xavier's gonna be under it, and he is under it. Will
That'll send him back to the
lower his glove to catch that one, but regardless, that's the end of the top of the fourth. Up for the Devil Rays now is Marcellus Marks.
Marcellus Marks comes to the plate.
Single
Today's
is
game is sponsored by Mo Aluminum. Mo Aluminum.
Throws it.
Gotta go to Mo.
The wing
you just gotta.
slices it. No out.
Now is this Mo's aluminum foil? Is this like just? Are they a distributor of aluminum?
A long fly.
I
Answer
believe
that
they
later.
make the aluminum
That one's
power
gonna
bat.
be
To the ball.
on top of the newspaper bins. The first one to go on top of there in a while. I think that'll be a double for
That'd be a
Marcellus
ground
Marks
rule double.
to lead things off.
Isabel Morelli steps up.
Back to the
bat.
question at hand. It was I'd say it was either distributed. It was either a distributor of aluminum or. All right. Well, I gotta stop asking questions because this game just keeps on going. Isabel Morelli is gonna be thrown. No, it's gonna be dropped by Jane Davis.
Faye Dawson steps up.
Now Faye Dawson's gonna come up with two people on
Coach calls timeout.
and no outs.
Yeah.
Killerbat.
Jane Davis
Yeah.
is having some bad luck at first base this series. We'll see if there's a
They're
defensive
probably gonna
change
switch
for
things
the
up
Orioles.
here. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they put Bullgreen back on the mound and put Thomas back at first. If not, I think Killerbat's trying to figure out if not Thomas, then who else could play at first.
Well, Thomas is still on the mound.
Into the windup. He
Thomas
throws
is
it.
on the mound. We'll see.
That was the ball.
We'll see what happens here. That's a 1-0 count on Faye Dawson.
Your other option is probably Cheryl Reynolds. But then Cheryl Reynolds has a good arm. You might want to use her somewhere else in the field.
This is true.
Strike.
1-1 count.
In second with nobody out. From the windup and delivers. Strike.
1-2. Thomas loves that right hook.
And delivers.
Gonna do it again.
That's the ball.
That's outside.
2-2. Into the motion, the 2-2 pitch.
Swings, and that's gonna be a fly ball over to right.
Goes for the dive.
1 out.
Nabs it. She's
Good
out of the
falling
lead.
catch by, I want to say that's Ruth Proud out there.
Harry Mark
It is.
comes to the plate. Into the windup, the pitch.
Now it's Perry Marks.
Strike. Runners on first and second. 1
Not
out.
necessarily as fast as Marcellus, but still a fine bat.
Who do you think is the older brother?
The windup.
Marcellus or Perry?
I asked that same question in the first game, and Loba, I believe, said Marcellus was the older one.
Okay.
He's a lot more developed, I guess, than Perry. Because Perry's just got, he's got a tad bit more aggression, I guess, and his attention span is much lower. Marcellus has a 98 attention span. Perry Marks is going to shoot this one. This one's going to go on top of the newspaper bin. It will. And Marcellus will easily score from third base, because Marcellus is a very fast lad. It is 1-0 Devil Rays.
That makes their first thing to first. Safe on first.
So, The Marx brothers at work here in game 2. Now here comes Ricky Johnson.
Okay, I'm gonna hit this one. Okay?
Here's the windup. Rose it. Strike
Looks
one.
at strike 1.
Runners on first and third. 1 out. He comes center. Fires. Another
That's strike 2.
The count is open.
Another right hook in that glorious lower inside corner.
Target goes up. The pitch.
Slow ball. Ball 1.
1 and 2.
Too high. Got him with the right hook.
That's it for this.
Same spot 3 different times. That's out number 2. 3 strikeouts for Mr. Thomas. Comes Trent Sizemore.
Steps up to bat. Ready now. And the pitch. One
Thomas.
on. Strike.
Ooh. Strike 1. Tried to go for a bunt. Couldn't quite get there.
From the windup, the pitch. That was ball 1.
Ball 1. 1-1 now to Trent Sizemore.
The stretch. Pitch on the way.
Low ball. Ah, yes. Barely gets that upper inside corner.
He's set.
Strike 2.
And the delivery. That was ball 2.
Sizemore looks at ball 2 now. Those outside pitches are going to be a problem.
Pitch. Low ball 3.
Ball 3. Thomas got to throw a strike here, otherwise it's going to be another run for the Devil Rays.
The wing.
Fouled back.
Slide. And the count is 3 and 2. Here's the windup and delivery.
Payoff pitch.
Swing.
Fouled back.
Fouled back. 3 and 2.
Sizemore's doing a lot to stay in this at bat.
Absolutely.
Into the windup
Good.
and the pitch.
Good at bat by Sizemore, regardless of the outcome here. Fouled back again. I really wasn't doing the counting on how many pitches
From the windup
this
and
is,
the offering.
but I'm sure it'd be a great number of pitches.
And popped
Should have hit
up.
entered double digits by now.
Brings up and
Good
now.
catch by the third baseman. That's out number 3, but the Devil Rays get on the board. It's 1-0 after 4.
The Devil Rays are ahead in the game.
Here
I noticed the
comes
Orioles were playing in there.
I
think that helped them. Their defensive lineman helped them get that out.
Absolutely. Ball green now.
And the delivery.
Slow ball.
Ball 1.
High.
Nobody out.
He knew it too. He didn't change his stance at all.
Here's the pitch. The swing.
Ooh. That one's down the line. That's foul though.
And it's a foul ball. No out.
Bolgreen was ready to send that one to another dimension. Alas, we are in Tin Can Alley.
Center. Pitch on the way.
It was foul anyway.
Ball 2.
Ball 2.
He's set. The
2-1 pitch. Ooh, this one's going to go into center field. That one definitely will go on top of Moe's aluminum. Let's see if it falls back onto the field of play. That bounces. Gonna go on the newspaper bin now. Falls onto the newspaper bin. It might roll off. It will not roll off. That's going to be a double for Bobby Bolgreen.
So it's an automatic double, even though Bolgreen was between second and third.
You have to cross third in order to get home, I believe. There is one of 2 outcomes. It's either going to be a double, or if you're fast enough, that'll be an inside the Parker home run.
Into the windup. Throws it.
Thomas swings and pops it up. Xavier's under it. Xavier will catch. Nope. Falls on it. And there's 2 on with nobody out. If it's a ground rule double, it always sends you back to second. So, like, if you're like, so Viscery, say you're like almost like halfway, more than halfway home. Did that not count? Strike 2 on Serena DeMonte.
Runners on first and second, no out.
And it's just the rules of the
respect
park. Sends you back second.
Even if you score, what? Really? Huh. Fun fact of the day.
Just Just the rules of the park.
Strike 3 on Serena DeMonte. That's out number 1. That's third strikeout for Todd Xavier. Now I'm seeing from Crushing Monkey that if you score, you're good.
You got to be really fast to do that.
You gotta be like Julie Dunkel speed. Proud's gonna bunt it. Xavier drops it. Throw to second, not good enough. The bases are, oh, they do get it in time. And the runners at the corners with 2 outs. Cindy Chang now. Bunt. It's a crazy bunt. This will definitely, I don't know if this will tie the game. We'll see how, yep, it definitely will tie the game. It's tied up 1-1. Cindy Chang with a 2-out double on a crazy bunt.
That crazy bunt hit the wall too early, but still got Cindy Chang to second base and scored the run.
Yeah, I was worried that they were going to throw whoever was on third out, I forget, but because you can see he was like chugging his way home. But nope, it was Ricky Johnson, who does not have that good of an arm. If I recall, his arm is a 26. And look who's up now for the Orioles, Jane Davis. Devil Rays cannot pitch lightly against Davis.
Isabel Morelli now on the mound, 2.57 ERA in limited action this season.
I did not catch that, thank you. Ground ball over to right field. That'll be a hit for Davis, and another run scored. Ruth Proud comes in, or Serena DeMonte. I really need to start paying attention to this stuff. It is now 2-1. Killerbat takes the lead for the first time this series. And here comes Sanchez. Gonna smack that one over to left field. Phillips plays it off the wall. And Cindy Chang scores from third. It is 3-1. Davis gets caught up at third base, but it does not matter. A 3-run top of the 5th for the Orioles. They are now up 3-1. Here comes Todd Xavier. Singled his first time up. Yeah, how was that not a catch? Like, it looked like Keisha Phillips had like dived for it or something like that, but I guess it hit the wall first.
I'm not sure. It looked like a catch from my vantage point. Todd Xavier up now.
That is 1-1 to Todd Xavier.
Xavier started out on the mound, now behind the plate.
Gonna loop that one over to the shortstop, Sanchez. Throw to first. Got him. Out number 1. That is Cindy Chang, not first base for the Orioles.
So that was the defensive move we were talking about earlier. Cindy Chang, new choice for Killerbat at first base. We'll see how that pays off.
Her height is a 2, but
not many
her
options.
attention is a lot better than Jane Davis's is. 32 compared to an 8. Still not the absolute best.
They started with Frank Thomas, probably the best option on this team. But of course, better suited on the mound after Bullgreen opened. Thomas seems to be pitching the bulk of this game.
You can definitely tell Killerbat trusts Thomas on the mound more than he does at first. Ball 2. 2-2 now.
I think it's just balancing what you need more, and I think you need a good pitcher.
Strike 3.
That's why you need a good pitcher.
4th strikeout. 2nd strikeout for Souffle. Well, that's what they had in the first game. Thomas had 8 strikeouts. Just got a little unlucky with that Keisha Phillips inside the park home run. Speaking of which, oh, they might make a change here. Well, look at that. Bobby Bullgreen is now back on the mound.
From the windup, here's the pitch.
Low ball 1.
He's set. Pitch on the way.
Swing and a miss, strike 1.
1-1.
Bull Green.
The 1-1 pitch. Swung on.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
And the count is 1-1.
Phillips
nasty
getting
left
fooled
hook.
here.
Nasty left hook by Bull Green.
He comes center. The 1-2 pitch.
Another left hook.
Ball 2.
Phillips smarter now. Older, wiser, because of those 2 pitches. Is now 2-2.
Timeout.
Another timeout called by Killerbat. Waiting to see what will happen here.
Big Frank Thomas
Up,
on the hill.
brings Frank Thomas back up to the mound.
Takes the stretch.
I think I know exactly what pitch is coming. Yep. But Phillips knows as well. That's going to be a fly ball into left.
And missed it.
Davis drops it out in left.
He dives for it.
Keisha Phillips stays at
Picks it up,
first.
Throws it over. Tosses it over to second. Marcellus
Here
Marks.
comes Marcellus
Steps up
Marks.
to bat.
Can do some real damage here.
Here's the motion. Cuts to the plate.
Pitch from Thomas.
Ball 1.
Ball 1.
Runner on first. 2 outs. From the stretch. Fire.
Strike 1. Upper inside corner.
1-1.
That right hook deadly from Frank Thomas.
The stretch. He throws it.
Pitch.
Low ball 2.
Ooh, just barely low. 2-1.
From the windup, the 2-1 pitch. Strike.
Strike 2.
The windup, the 2-2 pitch. Swing.
Fouled back.
The foul ball.
Thomas.
Here's the windup,
The
2-2
2-2.
pitch.
Uh-oh.
Ball 3.
Tried to fool him with the elevator pitch. Couldn't quite do it. This is a little too high.
Keisha was about halfway through between first and second, but turned back around.
The windup, the 3-2 pitch. The swing.
Marks into center. That one is going to be dropped by Sanchez. And now there are 2 on with 2 out.
Isabel Morelli. steps
Time
up
for
to
Isabel
bat.
Morelli.
Morelli came in relief of Xavier earlier.
Into the motion. And
Got
the pitch.
2 plate appearances in a row after the triple play,
Runner
and
on
she's 1 for 3 today.
second, 2 outs. Into the windup. Rose it.
Thomas now.
That was ball 1.
Outside ball 1.
Count is 1-1.
Morelli does have a good bat.
The stretch. He throws
Has
it.
an 86 swing. Not huge on contact.
1-2.
Oh boy. That does not look like a strike to me. Mm-mm.
Here's the
Thomas
windup,
now.
1-2 pitch.
Uh-oh.
That was
Ball
Makes the
2.
play. Chucks it to first.
Oh no, Mark's got 2 ahead.
Chucks it over to second.
Oh, he's going to tag him out at second base. That'll be out number 3. Mark's caught stealing. And we go to the top half of the 6th. Orioles up 3-1.
Cheryl Reynolds steps up.
Cheryl Reynolds. 2 strikeouts today.
Into the windup. And
Not a whole lot of damage
the swing.
in this game. Strike 1.
With
Morelli now trying to fool Cheryl Reynolds, see if she can get some of that strikeout pie. Strike 2.
And the count is 0-2. The windup cuts to the plate.
The pitch from Morelli.
The wing
Fouled off.
goes foul.
Reaming line drive. Not the power up, but just a figurative term of speech
Ready now.
into left field.
The wing.
Grounds that one. Oh boy, that's a high ground up. Sizemore, throw to first.
And the throw to first.
Just in time to get out number 1.
Gary Allen steps up.
Great play there by Sizemore,
Absolutely.
reading that high hop.
This concrete
Cuts to the plate. The wing.
can be a huge problem for some infielders here and in Cement Gardens. Souffle is gonna drop. Oh my goodness. Got a little bit of miscommunication there over at third base, but it's gonna stay at first base. That is a single for Mr. Gary Allen. Here comes Bobby Bulgarine.
Defensive change there by the Devil Rays. but Morelli stays on the hill.
Runner on first.
Ball Green has gotten on base both times he came to the plate. Morelli looking to change that here.
Ball one.
Outside, ball one.
Count is 1-1. She kicks. She delivers.
Strike 2.
I believe the change was Perry Marks to catcher and Todd Xavier to second.
Ready now. The 1-2 pitch. That was ball 2.
That is definitely Todd Xavier out there in second base. Give me a second. Yep.
Into the
Pitch
windup.
from Morelli. Fly ball. That one's gonna go off the building. And the throw? Nope. It's gonna be a single. That is gonna be 2 on now with 1 out. Frank Thomas, who also has gotten on base both times he came up to the plate. 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Morelli. Strike 1.
I don't think so.
Runners on first and second. 1 out.
Morelli does not have the stamina that Todd Xavier has,
The delivery.
but she is... Ooh, strike 2. Got Frank Thomas to swing right through that high inside fastball.
Pitch on the way. That was a ball.
Ooh,
1-2.
almost got him with that last high inside fastball, but it was just a little too high.
The delivery.
Offers the low inside fastball, and Frank Thomas just looks at it. That is out number 2. That's
Morelli's
Morelli.
first strikeout of the game.
Serena DeMonte comes to the plate.
Here's DeMonte.
From the stretch.
Devil Rays have no respect for DeMonte. They bring the infield in. Strike 1.
From the windup and the delivery. That was ball
Low,
We've seen-
ball 1.
We've seen both teams bring the infield in at times, and
She's set. The 1-1
seems to
pitch.
work at this small ballpark.
Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Ready now. The pitch.
Only so much you can do in Tin Can Alley. Grounder. That might be foul.
Jumps, jumping in the
Nope.
air.
It is fair. Throw to first in time. Out number 3. So the Devil Rays down to their last 3 outs of this game. Orioles have a chance to extend this series to game 3
Comes to the plate.
as Morelli comes to the batter's box. Came up to bat in the last inning, but Marcellus Marks was thrown out. So she gets another chance for the second time today.
No
The last one didn't count as a plate appearance.
Yeah, the last one was just a bug in the system.
From the
Just
windup,
a-
he's
This one is legit.
strike.
Strike 2.
When you get that second strike on ya, it gets pretty tough to fight back.
From the stretch and the throw. Ball 1.
Very,
And the count is 1-2.
very wild right hook there. Left hook, excuse me. Is now 1 and 2.
The 1-2 pitch.
Pitch.
Swung on.
Fouled back.
One back. The stretch. The 1-2 pitch. The swing.
Round of foul.
And the count is
Still 1 and 2. Thomas. 70 pitches now. And he didn't even start this game. He is just chugging right through. Ball 2.
The count is 2-2. Ready now. And the throw.
Right hook.
Pop
Liner out to left field. Davis catches it. It's out number 1.
out.
In a time where Davis had to be defense, had to play defense, she finally comes through and gets the out.
Great positioning by Davis to make that catch.
And the offering.
Dawson now.
Possibly redeemed herself for some of the
1 out.
earlier mishaps.
Into the windup. Pitch on the way. Strike.
Dawson looks at ball 1, then strike 1. Both in the upper inside corner.
He winds the 1-1 pitch. Strike
Ooh.
2. 1 and 2.
Looks at strike 2 in that lower inside corner. Thomas.
He's ready now and delivered. That was the ball.
Ball 2.
Count is 2-2.
Outside this time. Dawson knew better, didn't even change her stance. Low, ball 3. 3 and 2. Dawson hasn't gotten on base yet. See if she can change that. Grounder over to Pablo Sanchez. Throw to first. 2 down.
All right for you.
I love that voice
Harry Mark
so much.
steps up.
Comes Perry Marks. Trouble now for the Orioles. He's got on base both times he came to the plate.
Ready now, fire. The swing.
Oh, try to get that beautiful outside pitch. Just a little too outside for him. That's strike one. Bloop. Over to Frank Tom. Nope, it's going to be over there. Ooh, it gets by them both. That'll be a single? It will be a single for Perry Marks. 3 singles now for Perry Marks.
And Marks stays on first, not looking to stretch this.
Thomas tried to flex there right before he caught the ball. He almost
Here
dropped
comes
it.
Ricky Johnson. Could be the tying run.
We say could be. Ground or foul.
Slide. Runner on first. 2 outs. From the windup and delivered. The swing.
Ground and fouled back.
Territory.
Devil Rays down to their last strike. Thomas
Into the
looking to close it out. Here's the pitch.
Swing.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, and we will have a game 3 in this semifinal. Final score here in Tin Can Alley. Baltimore Orioles 3, Tampa Bay Devil Rays 1, as Killerbat bounces back and sends this to game 3. Good showing by both teams here.
Be the first series of this playoffs to go to game 3. The other
Killerbat.
semifinal rounds have been decided in the first 2 rounds.
Killerbat becomes the first player, first top-seeded player to win a game since Huntstunt did when Huntstunt swept the semifinals in his region. Willigan just got eliminated actually, and Battlehammer wasn't able to beat Loba in his semifinals. So it's all up to Killerbat and Huntstunt to see if they can keep their number 1 and number 2 seeds intact. But that looks like it's going to be it for all of us here. Final score here, 3-1. Killerbat sends us to game 3 for DLW and company. This is Alex. We will see you next time on Backyard Sports Center.